My name is Adaugo and you're watching the African Tales channel by Adaugo. Before we dive into today's story, please kindly click on that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Now, let's get into the story. Ezinne was a beautiful Nigerian girl who had spent her entire life in the peaceful city of Jos. Jos was known for its cool weather, beautiful hills, and friendly people. Ezinne loved the city so much, but deep down, she always felt a longing to return to her hometown, Owerri, where her family came from. She had heard many stories about Owerri from her parents, and she dreamed of the day she would finally see it with her own eyes. One day, Ezinne's dream came true. Her parents decided it was time to move back to Owerri, and Ezinne was both excited and nervous. She didn't know what to expect, but she knew this was an important step in her life. Owerri was different from Jos. It was busier, noisier, and much warmer. But Ezinne quickly adapted to her new surroundings. She made new friends and started to enjoy her life there. One sunny afternoon, while she was at the market with her mother, Ezinne met a young man named Chijioke. He was tall, handsome, and very kind. They quickly became friends, and before long, they fell in love. Ezinne and Chijioke's love blossomed like the beautiful flowers in her mother's garden. They spent every moment they could together, talking, laughing, and dreaming about their future. It wasn't long before Chijioke asked Ezinne to marry him. Overjoyed, she said yes, and soon after, they had a lovely wedding in Owerri. Everyone in town came to celebrate their love. Chijioke had a twin brother named Chisom, who was just as handsome and charming as Chijioke. Chisom was very close to his brother, and he was happy for him when he got married to Ezinne. But as time went on, something strange began to happen. Chisom started spending more and more time around Ezinne, and she began to notice that he looked at her in a way that made her feel uncomfortable. Ezinne tried to ignore it, but the feeling wouldn't go away. It became even more difficult when Chijioke's family arranged for him to marry another woman named Chika. Chika was kind and beautiful, just like Ezinne, and she quickly became a good friend to Ezinne. The two women got along very well, and for a while, everything seemed perfect. But then, things started to change. Chisom began visiting Chika just as often as he visited Ezinne, and the same uncomfortable feeling Ezinne had around him started to grow in Chika as well. The brothers, once so close, began to compete for the attention of both women, and this made life very difficult for Ezinne and Chika. One day, Chijioke noticed that Chisom was spending too much time with Ezinne. He didn't like it, and he confronted his brother. "Why do you spend so much time with Ezinne?" he asked. Chisom just laughed it off and said he was only being friendly, but Chijioke wasn't convinced. He started to feel jealous and protective of his wife, and this caused tension between the brothers. Ezinne and Chika, who had become like sisters, didn't know what to do. They could see that the brothers were no longer as close as they used to be, and they felt like they were the cause of the problem. They tried to talk to their husbands, but the situation only got worse. Chijioke became more possessive of Ezinne, while Chisom became more determined to win her over. The once happy home was now filled with tension and unease. Ezinne and Chika were caught in the middle of a conflict they never wanted. They both loved their husbands, but they didn't want to come between the brothers. The situation grew more complicated every day, and soon it became too much for Ezinne and Chika to bear. One evening, while Chijioke was away on a business trip, Chisom came to visit Ezinne. She tried to send him away, but he wouldn't leave. He confessed that he had fallen in love with her and wanted to be with her. Ezinne was shocked and didn't know what to say. She loved Chijioke, but she didn't want to hurt Chisom. She felt trapped and confused. At the same time, Chika was facing the same problem. Chijioke, feeling neglected by Ezinne, began to spend more time with Chika. He was charming and sweet, and Chika found herself drawn to him, even though she knew it was wrong. She felt guilty, but she couldn't deny her feelings. The brothers, once so close, were now the brink of a terrible conflict. The women they loved were torn between their loyalty to their husbands and their own confusing emotions. Hezine and Chika knew they had to find a way to resolve the situation before it destroyed their families. But the solution wasn't easy to find. Each day, the tension grew, and the once happy household was now filled with suspicion, jealousy, and fear. Ezinne and Chika decided to meet in secret to discuss what to do. They knew they couldn't continue living like this, but they were afraid of what might happen if they told their husbands the truth. They made a pact to support each other and find a way to restore peace to their home, but they knew it wouldn't be easy. As the days passed, the situation grew even more tense. Chijioke and Chisom's once strong bond was now fragile, and it seemed like only a matter of time before everything fell apart. Ezinne and Chika prayed for a solution, but they knew they had to be the ones to take action. The future was uncertain, and they could only hope that they would find a way to save their marriages and their family. But deep down, they knew that whatever happened next would change their lives forever. Ezinne and Chika's hearts raced as they sat together in the quiet corner of Ezinne's kitchen. The night was still, but the tension in the air was thick. They could hardly believe how their lives had changed so quickly. Only a few months ago, they were two happy brides, married to the men they loved. Now, they were trapped in a situation that felt impossible to escape. Ezinne sighed deeply. What are we going to do, Chika? If this continues, it will destroy our family. Chika nodded, her face pale with worry. I know, Ezinne, but how do we stop it? Chijioke and Chisom are so stubborn. They won't listen to us. They sat in silence for a moment, each lost in thought. Then Chika's eyes lit up with a sudden idea. What if we talk to their mother? Ezinne hesitated. Mama Chijioke? I don't know, Chika. She's very traditional. What if she blames us for all of this? Chika bit her lip, considering Ezinne's words. Maybe, but she loves her sons more than anything. If she knew what was happening, she might be able to talk sense into them. Ezinne thought about it for a moment. It was true that Mama Chijioke had a strong influence on her sons. She was a wise woman, respected in the community, and her sons often turned to her for advice. If anyone could help them, it would be her. Okay, Ezinne agreed. Let's talk to her, but we have to be careful. We don't want to cause more trouble. The next morning, Ezinne and Chika visited Mama Chijioke's house. She welcomed them warmly, as she always did, offering them kola nuts and palm wine as they sat in her living room. But she quickly noticed the worry on their faces. "My daughters, what troubles you?" she asked, her voice full of concern. Ezinne and Chika exchanged nervous glances before Ezinne spoke up. "Mama, we are worried about Chijoke and Chisom. Things have been difficult lately and we don't know what to do." Mama Chijoke frowned, her sharp eyes narrowing. "What do you mean, my child? What has happened between my sons?" Chika took a deep breath and explained everything. She told Mama Chijoke about how Chisom had been spending too much time with Ezinne, how Chijoke had become possessive and jealous, and how the brothers were growing apart because of it. She also mentioned the confusing feelings that had begun to develop between her and Chijoke. Mama Chijoke listened carefully, her expression growing more serious with every word. When Chika finished, she sat in silence for a long time, thinking deeply. Finally, she spoke. "This is a serious matter, my daughters. I have noticed that my sons have been distant lately, but I did not know the cause. You did the right thing by coming to me." Ezinne and Chika felt a wave of relief wash over them. Mama Chijoke's calm and wise presence gave them hope that things might get better. "I will speak to them," Mama Chijoke continued, "but you must also be strong. This is a difficult time, but if you stand firm and do not let this divide you, I believe we can bring peace back to this family." Ezinne and Chika nodded, grateful for her support. They left Mama Chijoke's house feeling a little lighter, but they knew the hardest part was still to come. Would Chijoke and Chisom listen to their mother? Would they be able to mend their broken bond? So that evening, Mama Chijoke called her sons to her house. So that evening, Mama Chijoke called her sons to her house. They arrived, both curious and slightly nervous. They could tell from her tone that this was not just a casual visit. "My sons," she began, her voice gentle with firm. "I have heard troubling things about the two of you. I raised you to be close, to be brothers who support each other. But now I see that something has come between you." Chijoke and Chisom glanced at each other, their expressions guarded. Neither of them wanted to admit what had been happening. "Mama, it's nothing serious," Chisom said, trying to dismiss her concerns. "We are just going through a rough patch." But Mama Chijoke wasn't fooled. "A rough patch, you say? And yet it is serious enough that your wives are afraid of what might happen next. Do you not see that this is tearing your family apart?" Chijoke shifted uncomfortably. He knew his mother was right, but he didn't want to confront the truth. "Mama, I I don't want to fight with my brother, but things have been difficult lately. I feel like I am losing Ezinne and I don't want to do." Chisholm's face softened as he heard his brother's voice. He had been so caught up in his own feelings that he hadn't realized how much he was hurting Chijioke. "Brother, I never meant to come between you and Ezinne. I just I just got lost in my feelings." Mama Chijioke looked at both of them, her eyes filled with sadness. "You are both good men, but you have allowed your emotions to cloud your judgment. You must remember what is most important, your family. Do not let jealousy and confusion destroy what you have built together." The brothers sat in silence, the weight of their mother's words sinking in. They knew she was right. She had let their emotions get the best of them, and it was time to make things right. I am sorry, Chijoke, Chisom said quietly. I should have respected your marriage. I didn't mean to cause you pain. Chijoke looked at his brother, seeing the sincerity in his eyes. I am sorry too, Chisom. I shouldn't have let my jealousy control me. We are family and we need to stick together. Mama Chijoke smiled, her heart swelling with pride. That's the spirit, my sons. Now go home to your wives and make things right. Remember, love is not just about feelings, it's about commitment, loyalty, and respect. Chijoke and Chisom left their mother's house with a renewed sense of purpose. They knew they had a long way to go, but they were determined to heal the wounds they had caused. They returned to their homes, ready to face the challenges ahead. But as Ezine and Chika welcomed their husbands back, they couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning. The path to peace and harmony would not be easy, and there were still many obstacles to overcome. Ezine and Chika knew that they would need all the strength and courage they could muster to protect their marriages and their family from whatever lay ahead. As Chijoke and Chisom returned to their respective homes, a quiet unease settled in the air. Although the brothers had apologized to each other, the scars of their recent conflict still lingered. Ezine and Chika could feel the tension, but they tried to remain hopeful. They had faith that things would get better, even though the road ahead seemed uncertain. Ezine welcomed Chijoke with a warm smile when he walked through the door. She had prepared his favorite meal, hoping to create a peaceful atmosphere. As they sat down to eat, Chijoke reached across the table and took her hand. Ezinne, I am sorry for everything, he began, his voice sincere. I let my jealousy get the best of me, and I should have trusted you. I know things have been difficult, but I want us to move forward together. Ezinne felt tears well up in her eyes. I've missed you, Chijoke, she said softly. I want us to be happy again, but we need to be honest with each other. We can't let anything come between us. Chijoke nodded, his grip on her hand tightening. I promise, Ezinne, I won't let this happen again. We will face whatever comes our way together. Meanwhile, Chika and Chisom were having a similar conversation. Chisom, feeling a mix of guilt and regret, sat down with Chika and confessed everything. He told her about his feelings for Ezinne and how he had allowed those feelings to cloud his judgment. Chika, I am so sorry, Chisom said, his voice trembling. I never meant to hurt you or disrespect our marriage. I got caught up in something I didn't fully understand, but I want to make things right. Chika looked into Chisom's eyes and saw the pain and remorse there. Chisom, I forgive you, she said after a long pause. But we need to rebuild the trust between us.